Good morning, traders. John from Crypto Candlestick Trading. Just looking at the markets today. Bit of a green day today. Let's just have a look and see what we've got. So we can see here I've got support broken through, resistance up to the 200, and then broken through convincingly. Now down here, look at this. So I'm just going to get rid of this drawing actually, so we can kind of see it a bit better. And I'll just draw another drawing so that, because I know that we've got a bit of a line going on there. It kind of matches up a little bit better that way by the looks of it. So we've got a few that have kind of gone over, including this one here. But we have a rocket booster engulfing, and now we're closing above the 9. You know, this is just the same story that I've been saying the whole time, really. It's just sideways consolidation, congestion. Yet traders are keen and eager to get this thing going. Like back in the day, I would buy this thing, you know, no problem at all. And, you know, to be honest, it's a buy. Because if we look at it down here, we've got, oversold stochastics coming out. We've got increasing volume. We're going to dry up in the lows here. The only problem is that this here being a buy, like, you know, if you were a pure candlestick trader only, this here would be a buy. Now, because we don't just go only by candlesticks, and we use like Confluence, a few other things that go with it, we can see that we've got resistance here at the 200, at the 50 straight away. And why is it backing off a little bit now, just before the close? And actually, I just got to reduce me a little bit there and see what's going on here. So we've got 10 minutes to go before we finish up for the day, and we've got the 50 straight after it. So this is Bitcoin. Remember, this is the biggest and the best. Actually, it's nowhere near the best, but it's the biggest. Now let's have a look on the weekly chart, and here we can kind of see, I'll get rid of that support line now, we don't really need that on the weekly chart. And really, at the end of the day, this, you know, like it's a very good start to this week, but so far it's just an up candle in a downtrend. So far, that's what it is. Because, you know, like we know what happens usually when we break through the 50 and then we come up and get rejected at the 50. Usually, you know, like we don't really get too much consolidation. We usually get a pretty heavy push down below. Anything can happen with Bitcoin, but at the moment it's looking pretty good, but it's not looking excellent. I'll go back to the daily again. Yeah, you know, like really, what can we see here? This is just sideways. You know, I am not seeing this as being one of those things that we're going to skyrocket and, you know, and take off from here. I mean, we could, you know, like anything's possible, but I want more confirmation than this. What I want to see from this is I want to see us go up, pull back to the 50, and then give us some sort of engulfing pattern off the 50 to go for the 200. That's a worthwhile trade. You know, like we can make some money on that. Or keep your eyes out for this just in case. If it goes up to here, touches, and then reverses, and then trades back through the open and turns into a red day, keep your eyes out for that, because that is we have that trend line up there, and that trend line sooner or later is either going to be broken or it's going to hold support. One of the two. And at this stage, it's 50-50. You know, like, are we going to break through and then find, you know, like a nice solid breakthrough and then carry on? You know, nobody knows. Are we going to get rejection at the 50 and then come smashing through that trend line and then close below that? Nobody knows. You know, it's 50-50, but we're very close. You know, something's going to happen very soon. So anyway, Bitcoin sideways. You know, yes, it's reversal. It's got some good things going for it. Stochastics oversold coming out. Dry up in the lows there. Above average volume, not by much. We do have an engulfing rocket booster. I like these rocket boosters when they're coming off support, which this one is. It's below the 50, is below 3 moving averages. So, you know, I'm not really all that keen on it. You know, it's got to prove itself yet. However, some of the other ones are really looking pretty good. This one was looking better before because it was a full body candle looking close. I just went through and just randomly picked some of the ones that were looking pretty good just so we can have a look at them. You know, just don't forget where Bitcoin is. Bitcoin is, you know, it's got the 50 just above it. Can these ones go for a run by themselves and, you know, possibly go up to 200? Yeah, they probably could. You know, like, and this here is a good buy. You know, we've got a low here, support, gone up there. We've got a beautiful reversal there, straight back down to the 50. And this is a pretty weak reversal, actually, because what this is supposed to do, this big downtrending candle here, then the doji, this one here, in order for it to be a reversal, this needs to close more than 50% above this candle here, which it didn't. It was around about 40, 45%. So this is not a valid reversal. Yes, we've got a doji. That's good. That's, you know, that's a reversal on its own. But this here doesn't show strength in this reversal to the upside. Here we've got like a hammer, and then we've got an engulfing closing above the 9. You know, that's good. We've got a low, a high on the bodies, a high low, and now we're closing above on the bodies, which, you know, so this has some very good things going for it. We do have good volume accumulation on the rise there too, which is also good. Stochastics coming out and heading up. So, yep, you know, I don't mind that one. This one here, yeah, you know, like, so this is kind of the same again. You know, I want to see it close above the 9. The first point that I really want to see is a good close above the 9. Now, if we have a look back here, you know, where it's a good sell-offs and it's a good buying, you know, coming back in. Same down here, selling off, buying, coming back in. Engulfing, closing above the 9. But then we made a lower low with the 9. But now we've got another engulfing, closing above the 9, which is really good. Now, it's gone up there and pulled back. I want to see another engulfing, closing above the 9. The second one, that will confirm for me that this is an uptrend and the chances are pretty high. We might have been smashed through the 200 and reach this uptrending channel line here. So, but anyway, it's only 6.1 cents at the moment. And, you know, what's that, 10 cents up the top there if it reaches it? Rune, look at this. Yeah, I do like this. Now, this is one thing that kind of raised alarm bells a little bit, because I've seen this sort of action before, and you know, like it's good, but this volume is just not stand out like volume. You know, it's good volume. I can't complain. But, you know, we've got a low, a high, a higher low, and then smashing through with the engulfing, closing above. That's beautiful. You know, it's really nice. But the only problem is with these two, I don't really like this because it's, you know, it's like a 20% candle on the breakout. And then that's probably why we had failure straight away. And then this isn't quite a 20% candle, but it's a big candle. And it's gone up, broken through, pulled back, and then we've got another engulfing. Beautiful. Up, and then we've got a downtrending line there. Let's just have a look and see where that's coming from. Yep, look at that. Beautiful. Touch, touch. We didn't quite touch it there, and we've had failure. This, to me, you know, like I'm just seeing a left shoulder, a head that didn't quite make it, which is signifying, you know, strong, you know, a lot of weakness. Pull back, and if we fail here and make another right shoulder and start heading down, this could be, you know, like a pretty significant decline if that was to happen. You know, I've seen head and shoulders work before, and like, you know, trading head and shoulders is a very good thing to do because, you know, like I usually get good entries there. Like if this was to go up and then pull back and go through the open and start trading down, and especially if it does it like in the next couple of days when the 50's up here and it closes below the 50, that will be a good place to look at going short. But who knows? Oh, actually, and let's just go back to Rune and just take back what I just said. If I just take those drawings away, let's just have a look at what it's done. You know, lows, highs, high lows, higher highs at resistance there. Pull back, and then we've got a beautiful engulfing there, which is nice. Pull back, close below the 200, and then we've got an engulfing rocket booster looking thing closing above the 200 and the 50. And now we've got this one that happened in the last 24 hours. So this is actually looking pretty good. You know, but you know, I can see a left shoulder, a head, and a potential right shoulder forming. If this gets broken here and we don't see any reversals there, you know, we might get a nice push, but we'll just have to wait and see. You know, that's a good one though. I do like Rune. This one here, I'm seeing the same thing. You know, we've gone a left shoulder, a head, and potentially a right shoulder, and we're under resistance, and we're under the 50. You know, it's just okay. Yeah, you know, like it's a great engulfing closing. You know, like closing above the 200 and the 9. We've got resistance at the 50. I'll just get rid of some of those drawings so we can kind of see it a bit better. But, you know, like if we just have a look at that, it's just, you know, it's okay. That's about all it is. You know, I want more than that. I can't be buying that. It's just way too, it could go either way. It's a good reversal, but it could go either way. We've got massive resistance just above us. I want to see Bitcoin, you know, smash out the gates. And then I want to see some of these follow out the gates. And I want it to be blatantly obvious that we should be buying. You know, like I don't want to be buying when I'm half-hearted, and at the moment, like I'm just, you know, Bitcoin hasn't proven itself yet. You know, the other ones are running, but or starting to run, and they could run. So, you know, we kind of need to take that on board too. Here, beautiful looking dojis. I love dojis at the bottom. You know, and also, how far did we come down? You know, this was the first, you know, the last candle, the last red candle before the run. Now, it hasn't actually quite made that candle just yet. You know, like all the body of that candle. It's made that candle definitely. But the body of that candle kind of starts at around about 91 cents and it got down to 93 cents. Is that close enough? Don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. But you know, I do like dojis at the bottom. They do signify a reversal. If we see up, you know, up movements from here, we could see something pretty good from there. One thing I can see from here though is we've got a little bit of a trend line that's happening here. Yeah, look at that. And so if we do manage to bounce and get out of this low, you know, where's our first target? It's either going to be the 50 here or that, you know, downtrending line. You know, that downtrending line is pretty strong. There's a lot of people that have made financial decisions on this line. So anyway, we'll wait and see. This one here, see, we're under the moving averages. Like, you know, this is good. You know, left shoulder, big head, right shoulder. This could very easily tank and just keep on tanking. You know, and so far, look at this. This downtrending line here, we've got the 200 and we've got a good closing above it and then a smash down, like straight back down below and a failure. You know, this market could do anything. What have we got here? AAVE. So, yeah, coming off these lows here, nice, up, then pulling back, and yeah, not much there. And then we've got a reversal here. This is actually a strong reversal, which is pretty good. We did get support on the 50, lows, highs, higher lows. Now we've got a higher high with a good solid closing above. But what's the problem? You know, is there enough money to be made between here and the first point of resistance? No. You know, like, you know, if you put your stop losses here, you're going for a risk to reward 1-to-1. You know, you've got like, say, a $20 risk and you've got a $20 reward. This candle's just opened up, so it'll be interesting to see what happens here. If we start failing and close below the 50, this would be a prime head and shoulders failure and, you know, continuation of the downtrend. This one here, I do like this one here. Look at the support that's happened here. Now, you know, like this would fly over most people's heads because, you know, like they'd be going, okay, well, what's so exciting about it? Look at this candle here. This has around about a 95% chance of reversing this trend just because of this candle here. If you go back and have a look at the lows that, you know, that's happened, and even, you know, as they're coming down in the lows, especially when we're coming off support or the 50 or, you know, like a trend, you know, on support like this, if we see an inverted hammer like this, that's fantastic reversal for the upside. So the way I would usually play this, or used to play this, you know, I'm a little bit more conservative now. I suppose I'm more aggressive on my entries and more conservative on my stops. But I would be buying this and I'd have my stops below the swing low, which is below here, which is only, what's that, 19.9. So okay, let's do it properly. I'm looking up here at the lows on this candle here. So on the lows, it's 20 cents, 003, say. And then we've got this one here. The close would be what it is now. What are we saying? The low was what? 20 cents. So we've got 3/4 of a cent. Actually, probably about 8/10 of a cent. That would be at risk between our buy there and our stop there. Anyway, it'll be interesting to see what happens. Like but you know, going from here up to 30 cents, that's 50% on your money. You know, from here down to here, you know, that's gone from, you know, let's just say, you know, if you were to, you know, get into the entry here, you know, like if you were, you know, like to get into that there, or even if you got into this here, like at the end of the day, or even if you got in the green to red on this move right here. So let's just have a look at that. That's 29.8 cents. And if we were entering now, 29.8 cents is that's around about probably 45% on your money. You know, if you were to take that entry there and be getting out around about here and going long, you know, that's, so, you know, there's some very good gains there, 50% on your money. If you had like a $5 trade or, you know, 20 grand trade on that, you know, you made some good money for the week, 2 weeks. Matic, look at this. So here I was short, I was having a great time. Bang, not anymore. And so anyway, I got stopped out, a little bit of profit, but, you know, I got stopped out. I haven't even checked my account this morning. So, you know, I'm not really keen to get into doing anything. You know, like I'll go to the 4-hour charts today and have a look, but on the daily charts, it's looking strong, but it's looking weak. You know, like we're still got a lot of stuff. You know, it's a valid reversal. It's a really, you know, it's definitely trying hard with this reversal, which is good, but we just haven't done it yet. Now look at this. So we've gone up and we've got a resistance line. Bang, bang, broke through the resistance, found support on it, and then broke through. And now we've failed at that level there. So here we are. We've got a beautiful, you know, engulfing pattern there, and then we've got a rocket booster closing above the 50. But what's the problem? This trend line here that everyone else, you know, like thought, yeah, it's a great idea, let's, you know, push it through, and then it failed. And then now we're coming up to that same area. And so there's not enough money to be made between here, like, you know, what the price is now, $95, and this trend line, 103. There's only $8. So, you know, like 10%. So, no, there's just not enough money in it to be made with the 10%. This, look at this. Now, I do like this. This is a great looking reversal. I'm just going to draw a trend line there because I think I can kind of see something. It's not as clear. Oh no, that's going by the big block buying. Now look at this. Here's a good example of what I mean by big block buying. So we can kind of see that we've come down and we've got good reversal here. This was the low. And then after the low happened, this is where the big block buying started, and then this is where the big block buying finished. It's funny that you see a lot of decisions always come back to, not always, but you know, often they'll come back to where's the big block buying start and finish, because you usually find that as either support or resistance. And here we can pretty much see that they sold it off down to the 50 and the big block buying closing there. And then we've kind of come across, just did it around a little bit, and then we've got a reversing hammer. Beautiful. You know, this here's enough to turn the tide on, you know, on its own, especially on support and the 50. Then we've got a beautiful closing above there. But what's the problem? Where's the volume? Look at, we've got a declining volume on this candle. You know, so if this was a true bull market where everyone was keen as to get in, this volume would be, you know, like, so let's just have a look at this volume. It's gone down, you know, like, so it's kind of gone down there. Oh, I didn't let go of it soon enough. Right, so it's gone down there like that. And then we've got a pop in volume here on this inverted hammer. Sorry, on the hammer. And then we've got a beautiful looking candle. Like, you know, that's a really nice looking candle. Like, I'd love to be buying that if the market conditions were good. Now, that's a great closing above, but it's lacking in volume. You know, so it just seems that we don't have perfect setups. And, you know, have a look at this, you know, so we're coming down here, you know, coming down, you know, we've got a beautiful, you know, sell off there and massive big push coming out. You know, a lot of buyers came back into the market right here. You know, this is institutions getting rid of weak investors, you know, down here around these lows somewhere. Oh yeah, I can see that. So down on the bottom of these lows here. And so, sorry, excuse me, my cat's knocking at the window. But here we've got an engulfing closing above. Beautiful, nice. And look at the result after that. It's come down. Now we've got rejection at the 200, rejection at the 200, and then rejection again. Now look at this. We've gone up here and we've, you know, like this is like a 20% candle. This is a 20% candle. Look at the result after it. This is like a 20% candle. And look how many people sold out before the end of the day. There's something not quite right with this breakout, or you know, it's not a breakout anyway, because, you know, we didn't achieve any major goals, you know, besides breaking the 50 and the 9. But I mean, like, it's a pretty suspect looking candle to me. And then it kind of comes back. Yeah, you know, I'm just a little bit wary of where we're at the moment. Now, I've got two questions for you. When you're looking at this chart here, now here is a nice cut with handle, broken above the 50, pull back a little bit, gone up. Now we're looking at breaking these new highs, and we'll pull back for support on the 50. Now we've got a beautiful reversing setup that's happened right here before we break out. You know, you could have been buying this one here, could have been buying this one here, could have been buying the breakout here. Now let's just say that you did get one or two entries in here. I mean, this is the New Zealand and US dollar, so, you know, you probably didn't. But anyway, gone up, you know, currencies are currencies. So, you know, we've gone down here and then we've kind of popped up. But what candle would you decide, hey, this isn't working anymore, I've got to get out? So, because sometimes these don't work, and especially if we're looking at, you know, negative indecisive markets, then these don't work anywhere near as well. If we're looking at a positive market where Bitcoin's breaking out, everything's looking good and rosy, and you get these, buy them, just buy them. You don't buy these on a downtrend or a flat trading range. Buy these after, oh yeah, actually you can buy these in a flat trading range. Don't buy these on a downtrend. You know, buy these either, you know, coming out of a flat trading range or in an uptrend. And, you know, a lot of people are too scared to buy new highs. But when you see these formations happen on new highs, just buy them and set your stops accordingly, and away you go. Or actually, that's not financial advice. That's just an opinion. So you can scrap that. But anyway, at what stage here would you decide that it's not working anymore? Great breakout, you know, hammers, spinning tops, engulfing. Or it's not engulfing. If that's, let's turn this bed upside down. If that's the headboard, that's the bed, and then that's the footboard, this is completely, you know, been reversed now. Now we're attempting, and look at that. We've got wicks at the top now, engulfing. Something's wrong now. Look at this. Something's wrong. You know, I mean, this one here should be a clear indication that something's wrong. This one here, second one, and we've got a weak engulfing to the upside, and this is the one here. Anyway, at what stage would you decide that this one here is not working? And I think there was another example of pretty much the same thing. Oh, this one here. Now, Bitfinex put good quality cryptos on their exchange, and this one here, we can. And so this is a new ICO. This is pretty much just started. So, and they've just introduced it. So anyway, it's had a big tanking. So what I'm after here is some sort of reversal, because they don't put stuff. Like you usually find this. This is pretty normal. For a new issue to be going onto an exchange, and so anyway, it'll tank, and then it'll find its feet and get support, and then break out. So I'll have this one on watch. I want to see what it does. Look at that, I'm 20 minutes in. And look at that gap up in the breakout. Actually, I'll just expand that a little bit more. Here, so we've got reversal, good closing above. Stochastics are right. Yep, quite a bit of selling in that decline, which is all right, but there was good buying in the advance. So closing above, I don't know, it just looks, I can't, it's only okay. This one here, Monero, look, check out Monero. It's gone from $132 to $250. But, it's very scrappy sort of trading. And look at what it started from. A big long-legged doji with an engulfing closing the next. And then it's gone straight over. And then we've got a massive engulfing, crack above the 50. Then, but we've got lows, highs, higher lows. And then this is the 20% candle, which kind of had me stumped. Like, if you go from here across, we haven't broken that high yet, 277. But have a look at this. 50% of people pulled out before the end of that candle. Back here, looking at support, engulfing off the 50 now. But I wouldn't want to be, buying this, because I don't like to be buying anywhere near where there's wide and loose trading. I want to be buying when it's coming out of tight trading. I think that was about it. So anyway, we're 21 minutes in. I think I better pull the pin. But look at this rocket booster. I don't know, like, is that a 20% candle? It certainly looks like it to me. It's good, but I think it's just too good. It's overdone itself right from the start. It could do anything, but for me, like, I want to wait for the market to be in prime condition before I'm getting in. And at the moment, it's too close to support and resistance areas. There's not enough room to make profit, so I'll just sit on the sidelines and wait until something real happens. What have we got here? Ethereum. Like, yeah, look at that. That was a perfect reversal there. Nice reversal here. And I think I can see a little bit of support happening around there too. So we've got resistance, break over, pull back support at the 50, and then the same here again. But look at that break above the 9. It's good support on the 50. This is a good reversal, but not a very convincing close above the 9 there. It'll be interesting to see what happens if we turn green. What's our first place that we're going to go to if we're going to get anywhere? Probably up around, say, about the 200, up around these highs here. Something like that. So that's one. It's only 400. It's only $400. So now let's just have a look here. This one here, I didn't mind at all. This is. I'll make this one the last one. I'm already 23 minutes in. Lows, highs. If we take the wick out, higher lows, and we've got equal highs with wicks. Something's wrong. Pull back. Now we've got a nice reversal, closing above. What's going to happen here? Are we going to fail, or are we going to carry on? That's actually looking pretty good. I don't mind it, but can you buy this now? Like, in the condition and the position that Bitcoin's in, can you buy it? And whereabouts is it going to go to? We know that these highs here where the wicks start, that's around about where it finishes. So if we're going to be buying here 165 to 199 or $200, so 165 to 200, what's that? 35. Yeah. I mean, there's enough profit to be made in this trade if you wanted to take that trade, but it's still quite risky because of where Bitcoin is, and the rest of the market is showing positive signs, but it's not. I'm not going. It's just not convincing. It's only good. It's not excellent. So, all right, traders. I didn't make any videos for the last couple of days because my monitor died. And anyway, so I've got another monitor now, and so we're all good to go in business, because when I made the last two videos, which I didn't post, they came out upside down. So I don't know why that happened. Anyway, traders, I hope you have a good day. If you have any questions with your charts, let me know. I'm more than happy to help with your charts and talk about charts. All right, traders, hope you have a good day. Talk to you again soon. See you guys.